Well, this is the case. Now giving it the undercoat, the grey undercoat here. Turn it around. Sprayed 2 coats of undercoat. It's had on it before that the red oxide primer. So it's had the red oxide primer, followed by 2 coats of undercoat. So it's not quite nicely. The inside of the lid as well. On this side. So there we go. So there we go. That's ready for the top coat. This is the front panel. This is the inside of the front panel. It's just undercoat. You can see here where I filled in the hole. That's a bit of paste. This is the back, by the way. And then I had to go spray in the front with a gloss. And as you can see, the hole has sort of disappeared. It's around there somewhere. So I rubbed that down. It's come up quite nicely. And that's the front panel. I may give it another coat. I don't know. So what I'm going to do now is spray the top coat main box. Well, this is the case finished with the top coat. So it's had 2 coats of undercoat on top of the primer. Following the 2 coats of undercoat, I then use the gloss spray, same colour basically, and then I gave it 2 coats of the gloss. So I'm quite happy with the way it's come out. I'll just turn it. I didn't bother glossing the inside. Didn't think there was much point really. And I did remember to mask off the brass nuts here. Whoops, that one. And there we go. That's the inside, just the mat of the undercoat. Yeah, I think I mentioned in one of the last videos, I wonder what these rails were for. It's not on every CR100. And I thought maybe for a card that told you where the valve locations are. Well, I had a viewer who is also doing one of these radios up, named called Dave, and he spoke to me and said that his did have a card inside. Now then, it's basically an idiot's guide, he said, so he made me a copy which slides in, so I have it here. It's basically what everything, bits of the manual have been cut and pasted out really, and it tells you the installation guide, the location of the valves as I expected, the different models, variations of the models, the connections, and then on the other side, I'll get the right way up. On the other side we have hints on operation, etc. So, and that slides in there. So thank you, Dave, for that. I actually thought I might, because it's in the manual, redo the instructions, because he said he tried to clean up the best he can. Obviously his was a bit stained, and I thought maybe he could rewrite it all. So I might do that in the future. But thanks, Dave, for that. That solved that mystery, and it does fit in quite nicely there. Now I'm going to attempt to try and get the case on here. Once it's on, it's held on by self-tapping screws. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on that side, and 2 or 3 on the back. Unfortunately, these are the screws that I have here. They're little self-tappers, and I've only got 5 of them, so I need quite a few more. I think they're called PKs. I don't know what happened to them all, but they probably got lost over the years. But let's try and get the case on. I put these ones in, and I need to see if I can order something similar that's going to fit. Right, before I forget, this label has to go on the back of the case first, cleaned it up. It's not doing too bad. It's come up quite nicely. I was just wasn't riveted. It was like split pins. So I'm going to put this on first. That's unfortunately these split pins. They didn't survive being reused. They snapped. So there's 2 on at the moment. What I'll do, I'm going to take it off again and get new split pins, I think, and put them on later. But I'm going to fit this now. I'll take this off again and we'll see how it fits. There it is. As I say, they were held on with these screws. I'll put the ones in, the ones I've got, I'll put them in the side. Yeah, these are quite rusty really. Right, we'll see if we can get one in anyway. As I say, I'm going to have to order more of these. PK, that's what they're called. Obviously you've got one. I can't see that one over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 on the other side, 3 on the back. So I'll just put another one in here. Well, that's 2 in. I'll put the other 2 on the other side. And then obviously I need to order a few more. So that's it, the case is on. All that remains now is the front panel. Right, this is the base plate. This is the inside of the base. And it's come up quite nicely as well. So I'll fit that later. Once I get this box on with all the screws, I can turn it over and fix the base plate on. Now all that remains is to complete the front panel. This is it painted. Let's balance it there. So it's come up quite nicely. It's not far off the original grey, maybe slightly a lighter grey than the original. The hole that was here drilled in for the noise limiter switch that shouldn't be there. Should just have the name noise limiter. That's now gone. So that's it. So all that remains now is to screen print the lettering on it. Well, that's it sitting there with the main case on, just waiting for this front panel and the bottom. And sitting next to the fairly modern FTDX 3000 and a 1200 under there. So the next part is the front panel. Well, that's the front panel. Ready to be screen printed. This is a homemade frame I made, which that should fit in. I come to do it. Right, this frame, I've actually got it square, probably fits that better that way. I've got to put the silk on here. That's the frame. This is the silk I've got. So it's I think it's 160. That's 110. It's got written on there 110, whatever. So obviously that's going to be tightly stapled on here. It's more than I need, but at least it gives me the first part. I'm going to have to do a sample for exposure rates. So it's enough to make a small sample. And then once this is stretched and covered the frame properly, it's coated with an emulsion and then exposed to ultraviolet light via the stencil I'm making up. But that's for the next video. So that's the next part to do, and hopefully that will complete my radio. It's been a few couple of years doing it, but I had a break, and hopefully get this radio finished very soon. Thanks for watching.